Всем привет, друзья! С вами я, Devil, и это The Stanley Parable 2. Мы с вами начинаем играть в эту чудесную игру. Не знаю, что у нас случилось, какие-то перебои в памяти, но у нас The Stanley Parable 2. Я что думаю, давайте начнем игру. Эту наипрекраснейшую игру. Я так долго ее уже ждал. Это просто столько лет прошло. Нажмите, чтобы пропустить! О, за Стэнли работал в большой компании. Должность сотрудника номер 427. Трудоустава была простой. Сидел на столе в комнате и нажимал на кнопки. Интересно, приходилось ему на экране. Нажимаю как долго и кнопки. Сотрудник номер 427 делал этот день за днем, год за годом. Хотя кое-что можно сказать, что работал даже Стэнли был рад новой инструкции, чувствовал, что он создан для этой работы. Стэнли был счастлив. Но однажды произошло что-то странное. Stanley Parable 2! Что он никогда не забудет. Он сидел за столом около часа, и вдруг понял, что ему до сих пор не пришло ни одного инструкции. Никто не ожидал за нее позволить или просто поздороваться. Компания никогда случилось, что все годы компании такого еще не было. Что-то явно пошло не так. Стэнли был found himself unable to move for the longest time.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
И вышел из кабинета. Все, друзья.
All his co-workers were gone.
Пропали.
What could it mean?
Могло бы
Stanley
случиться.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Пошли дальше.
Stanley picked up the
Взял
bucket.
ведро. Странно, такого раньше не было. А чё мы прыгать не можем?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Ой, у них куда-то стол пропал. Или он стеклянный у них. Ну ладно.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
Чувствуешь?
The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy, it's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. Wait. Now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket, as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Иди в жопу, ватсапка!
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
О!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Что? Я думаю, мы можем открыть. Подождите, мы эту дверь не можем открыть. Почему-то.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Ладно. О!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. There really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs. What about Stanleys? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanley under your belt.
Что? Ладно. Нужно найти много этих фигурок. Ведро заполнено. Это неприемлемо. Пошли дальше. Нет. Так, друзья, идемте дальше. Лифт тросом внизу навстречу неизвестности. Вероятно, Стэнли не мог бы взять себя в руки, если бы не ведро.
Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Точно. У нас же Стэнли. Сиквел на паузе.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving panenis.
Прикольно так.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending.
Это не конец.
This is just a
Это
hole in the
просто
ground.
огромная дыра в земле.
Bucket sighed.
True,
it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Пропали очень. Короче, пропали. Стэнли и ведро пропали. Пипец, серьезно?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Так. Друзья, ладно. Пока. Всем пока.